And welcome to the Chronically Chill Podcast with your host, DJ Mega Aim, and my co host, Jordan. And today we have a special guest. Her name is Antoinette.
Hi, everybody.
Yes, you might know her as Miss Perry.
We've
So,
gotten to know her over the last 2 hours when Anthony was trying to figure out his audio situation. We've already gotten to know Annette pretty well, but now we get to introduce you to his viewers. Yay.
yeah.
So, hi, everybody. You might also know me by Aurora because I have that also on my Instagram and Facebook. If you don't, again, my name is Annette. I am a person with CF. I'm also an author and designer, a cosplayer, a mom, and a wife. So, I have a lot on my plate at any given time. Getting to know DJ, Mega Aim, and Jordan over the last 2 hours. We've had so much fun. We were talking a lot about anime because I'm very much into anime. We're talking about media as well. Um, and it's been great to learn so much about you guys as well. It's been gut busting. Some of the things you were talking about. I love life. I love having fun. I love laughing. Uh, a lot of my day is sometimes so serious with treatment and work and responsibilities. I look forward to just hanging out and watching some anime, writing. I write children's books. I also like to write poetry. When I get to have my private time where I can really create. I spend a lot of time sewing, doing my designs, because it takes a lot from concept drawing, making a pattern, getting fabric, sewing, and one thing can take me a couple of hours or a couple of days, depending on the distractions going on, and keeping up with treatments and everything else. Um, Aside from being mom, having to drop everything, go to school, go to appointments for the doctor. In between, I try and find every little bit of joy in what I'm doing. That's why I love sharing with my community all the things that we do, because we all kind of have that in common, that we just love to, you know, I can't think of the word, just like go deep on just enjoying the moments in everything that we're doing, because we face so much on a daily basis. Right now, with the community, I'm working with the foundation, CF Foundation, on a lot of things with Rose Up, with Family Con. We recently had VLC. I'm also working with the working group with getting more for resources, education, and just sharing lived experiences when it comes to diversity. And yeah, so I'm happy to be here with you guys and share all that.
All right.
Sorry, the water tasted bad. Sorry. So you like anime? That's really cool. What animes you like?
I think it's a smaller list of the animes I don't like. I'm into everything from like the funny stuff like Agretsuko to the high impact action stuff like Baki, and can't forget about my classics like Samurai Champloo and Inuyasha, like the whole bit. Anthony was earlier showing me like all his awesome hats, and except for
A lot of
Hunter,
hats.
yeah, I'm like all of that.
Do you know of an anime called Zatch Bell?
Yes.
Yeah, it's so good.
I feel that's I haven't seen that in years. If that's the same one I'm thinking of, yeah.
The one with the blonde haired kid who sounds like Jimmy Neutron. The same voice actor though. And then some dude named Kyo. And he's like 50 feet taller than the yellow dude. I don't remember names. Yeah. And he has like magical powers, and the guy like reads the book, and the guy goes like,
Yeah, I have to look at that one. Did they have mechs?
"What?
Did they have mechs in that anime?
What is? I don't know what that means."
Let's see. Something like Evangelion where you have the do you know what Evangelion is?
No, that's the only anime I've watched is Zatch Bell. That's the only one.
Oh, okay. I got you.
And I watched 1 minute of Fairy Tale, and then I got bored. But I was like, I was 13.
What?
I have to rewatch it again as a 24-year-old. I didn't have time for I don't know. I just didn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, people have their tastes. Like I said, for me, the animes that have robots, where people are going into robots, kind of like Power Rangers, like that, but anime, not my faves.
Right, yeah.
They seem to stretch on too long. But yeah, we all have our tastes. There's a lot to like in Fairy Tale, but it might come off slow going in the beginning. So I could see that for sure.
Do you draw anime? Like anime style things? What type of design do you do?
I do fashion design and costume design. I haven't drawn characters since high school.
Okay.
I know. I used to make little booklets and stuff to have my own little comic, but I haven't done that in so long. But I used to do a lot of fighting characters, kind of like I was into Mortal Kombat, Tekken, and stuff like that. So those are the kind of things I drew. And of course, I have to have an outfit to go with the action character.
Do you watch things that aren't anime, like stuff on Disney Channel? Because they have anime-like shows on there.
Like what?
Like the Owl House. There's
it's so funny. Yeah.
Or like they look like anime to me. That's why I'm asking, because they have like the same style.
Yeah, they're so weird to me. I see a lot of stuff on Disney that I don't connect with Disney, and I'm like, this seems like such a Cartoon Network show.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't normally look at Disney, but because I have a kid that watches Disney and those things come on, I'm like, oh, okay, we could sit and watch something together. It's not Mickey Mouse.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah, so it's more of the kid's choice, not yours. You're kind of forced into it.
Oh no, she doesn't like it actually. My daughter, she actually doesn't like them. I like them. So it's like it's kind of running in the background, and I'm like watching it because she doesn't really have the authority to change the channel. So because she actually prefers YouTube. She has like YouTube channel faves more than she likes stuff on TV, because I guess it might be more relevant to her. But a lot of concepts go over kids' heads for stuff like that too, and that's why I like it, because I'm like, it resonates, with an adult.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally tsunami vibes right now.
So do you have like a career? What's your like main career? Like, what do you have a job, and like what do you do?
I actually work in social services, but my passion is still like in my design work.
Okay. Like cosplay design?
I do cosplay design. I just like making stuff. Like even if it's not clothes sometimes. For a while I got into like doing props. I actually want to get back to the SPDR that I made some time ago. I wanted to kind of breathe new life back into that before I kind of destroy it for
What's
one last
SPDR?
time. If you've seen Into the Spider-Verse, the robot spider that came with the animated Spider-Girl that was there.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I saw I like the original with like Tobey Maguire. I guess that. I always like the OG ones.
Hey, you can't beat the classics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it was so fun. I cosplayed that and I made the that character as well on top of a chair that I could get inside of it. And everyone, I guess, almost everybody that was in the place I went to do like a photo shoot for Spider-Man, everyone got a chance to like kind of pop in, take pictures, because I made it kind of like a dome casing with the costume of the actual robot on the outside.
What
And then
character was
on the
it?
chair.
It was a robot
Yeah,
Spider-Man? Pretty
yeah,
much?
it was. Yeah, pretty much. If I could do a share, I would share it.
Okay, bye, Anthony. I
So
can't
as a
believe
host,
this thing.
I hope it's
I'm still here.
Oh,
You guys
okay,
can
okay,
talk.
okay.
Yeah,
I
kind of
was
do some
like,
stuff in the background.
this ain't
No, we're
my
no,
podcast.
we're good. I'm doing some stuff in the background. So
Okay. I know,
yeah,
I'm kind of taking over right now.
y'all keep talking.
Okay.
It was just so freaking awesome to make like a robot that I could get in. And I wanted to do
Really
it
cool.
again. At the time, my daughter was a little smaller, but now like I have like her old stroller, and I wanted to refit it on her stroller. And I started to over the pandemic, but I didn't get to finish. And then things got shifted around, and it's like broken into pieces now because it got shoved into a closet. And just like I gotta
Yeah.
start over again.
So I'm guessing for Halloween, you don't have a hard time figuring out who you want to be. Yeah,
Actually,
that's
I
probably really easy.
do. It's so many. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I have a closet of stuff, but I want something new.
And you create your own costumes. That's very cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. I want to do a lot more originals, and I do a lot of commissions for people too.
Like, do you
So
create your own characters too? Like,
yeah, and it's usually anime or fairy related.
yeah. Well, do you design like characters? Like like you would make your own, do you write stories? What kind of stories do you write? I remember you saying you like writing stories, right?
The
Did you
stories
say
I've
that?
written, like yeah, I have like a couple of published children's books for those kind of stories. For things I've designed in the past that are like more not for children.
Yeah.
Probably when I was in college, they were more like love stories, dramas, and like the character would be like something more historical, Egyptian fair, or again fairy fantasy type, and mermaid.
Well, I mean, I was about to say, did you use the app Wattpad? But I don't think it was around when you were.
No, I still don't. I don't know if you heard of that.
Oh, really? It's an like you can become an author on there. Like some people have become like big authors on there.
Oh, you must share that with me.
You can like promote your story on there and get a lot of reads.
Oh, I'd love to do that.
You should do that with your children's or anything, honestly. Even like promote your costumes too.
Could you put that in the chat for me so I could copy it?
Yeah. Well, it's on the phone though. It's like on your phone. It's not really I guess you can use it on the internet too. I'll get a link,
Oh,
I
I could
guess.
definitely put it on my phone, but I want to make sure I get the wording right.
Oh, it's WA. Oh, you want me to just write the name of it?
You can say it too. I'm typing now.
WATTPAD.
Okay.
What was that? There was like a book somebody wrote and it became 50 Shades of Grey or something. Like somebody wrote a story on there and then it became a TV show. Like that's how powerful this app is.
Wow.
Like I think it was like I don't remember. I have to look up 50 Shades of Grey and how or was it Twilight? I don't know. It was something like it was like somebody wrote a like a story about like an alternate like it was I don't remember. I'm sorry, but somebody wrote a story and then it became like a TV show based off of their book. So like that's how powerful it is. If somebody can remind me what that story is, I don't remember. It's like 50 Shades of Grey or Twilight or something.
Definitely check that out.
Sorry. Okay, so Sorry, I don't know what else to ask. Anthony, can you say something? Okay, never
You
mind.
could discuss a little bit, I guess, about your like cystic fibrosis and
Yeah,
like.
so how do you live with that? Yeah.
So, up until I would say mm, last year or so, wasn't so bad working full time in person, but it got really rough for me over the last year, like toward the end of the pandemic. And I tried to mostly stay remote at home because now I'm starting to use vests more, use more nebulizers, and I transitioned diet a lot to try and, you know, get some relief from some of the symptoms, especially when it came to the issues with the diet. Um, the lungs was a lot harder when it comes to nutrition to kind of combat things. But that's where I've been leaning, trying to shift from eating meat so much, more plant based as much as possible. And it's constant work, even with that, because it takes so much prep when you're talking about working with fresh food all the time. Um, and then again with having to have more equipment at home, have more in my day as far as the schedule is concerned with doing this particular machine at this time, or having to take um, your meals at a certain time to take certain medications because I was not working well with the Trikafta. So I had to kind of go back to antibiotics, and then there's like, you can only get a certain period of time with certain ones, and then you have to be mindful that you build up resistance. So then they kind of run out of options for you, which is where I'm finding myself. Just now starting the Toby Pod. And it's like so. It's kind of just kind of keeping things easing along, but still, like I said earlier, the lungs is like the hardest thing to kind of have something that works for me. I talk a lot with people who are taking some of the same things and who are also not using the Trikafta because of side effects, or they've had a side effect that made them worse in another way, like with the liver, or something else that came up, or diabetes, like complications. So just their dietary solutions, we kind of share how that worked out for them, and some of it is very helpful. The juicing, being more mindful with the snacks. I do have to do a lot more shopping, especially since a lot of things are fresh. They don't last very long, but I want to make sure I have like stuff that I like to grab just right away, be something that's actually going to help and not just like satisfy me for the moment. But yeah, those are the biggest things like now. And I, of course, getting older, we know that's going to happen. So there's a lot of adjustments that need to be made, and talking with family members and extended family members as time goes on, because you have to now plan for those things, and that's a lot. That's a lot, and it's a lot on others who care for you, because they have to, but they don't have to, but they make accommodations for you as well, and they try to help, and that's
Okay.
very much needed, just even for mental health, even if it's not like physical health, for mental health, because it's a lot for us.
Yeah.
What symptoms did you have with Trikafta?
So for a long time, I would say about a year on and off, trying different scenarios of half a pill, this one in the morning, that one at night, only one, only two. The headaches
Yeah.
were the biggest part of it. Like, it was debilitating. Like, I don't even want to eat because it hurts so bad. I just want to sleep. So of course I was not gaining any weight. Um, that kept cycling, kept trying different things, and it's like, it comes and goes because it's not all day, but it was enough in the day that was a big issue. But even trying to get past that, having some horrible nightmares And it's not until I shared these stories with other people and listening to them as well that we all had that commonality. And it was like, it took a while for you to kind of come to terms with like, this is from this. It's like, I've never had like night terrors until I had this medication, or just like other weird mental health things that you never experienced before taking that. And then there was a period of the nausea, a very long period. And that's always common with like an antibiotic or something, but it's like months. And it's like every time I take this pill, it's like, how can I, gain the weight and get what I need if I'm constantly feeling like this? Which
Yeah.
just another thing. And for
What?
me,
What?
as well,
Sorry.
skin issues. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, you had skin issues too.
It's
Mm. Well,
really,
that's interesting. How do pills cause nightmares? Like that doesn't make any sense. Like that's all in the brain. Like I guess I could mess with your brain too. Yeah.
I've actually
Very
before you get
weird.
into, I was going to say like I actually have quite a few friends with CF that actually said that, and they had to go off of it because of that, and they've even like affected their like mental health, like they had more depression and stuff like that. So I would definitely love for you to like go more into that, as well as like whatever like pains you were having as well.
I didn't have pain. I did have like severe skin issues because of I'm assuming the liver damage, because it happened in the past where my liver was affected so that it affected my skin. But at the worst of it, I had like a severe eczema that they really couldn't pin down
I have
what
eczema,
it
so it's
came from. I knew it came from. I think they were kind of in denial because they didn't want to say it was that, but it could have been a multitude of other things, but it kept coming back when I got back on it. And it was like my skin was just like shedding all
ugh.
over, like a freaking snake. And topicals
Ugh.
are not working. It wasn't until I like did a detox for the liver that all that kind of cleared up. But it was like for months, just like in the summer, having to have on long sleeves. And even though it was on my hand, which I really couldn't cover at times, that when I worked, I did have gloves on because it was like, embarrassing. Like and there's nothing I could do about it. But that did work. But like, yeah, what Emily said about the issues with the mental health, a lot of my peers, I was really afraid for, because they were already in depressive states. And I was like afraid that, they may become suicidal, because it seemed like an even deeper downturn when they got on track after.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sucks that like you have something. CF is not something that affects your mental health, right? But when you take pills, it does affect your mental health, which sucks. Like you don't need all these symptoms. You're just trying to make your CF feel better, not your like you have a good do you have good mental health in general? Like you probably didn't it probably messed with it. I feel bad.
Oh, it definitely messed with it. 1 second.
And you didn't even need it to. Like you didn't even need that. You didn't even need like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like
I
you
mean,
didn't
yeah,
need to deal with that.
yeah, and I was. It's like, we combat the difficulty of life in general, and then with the adage of having, the therapies being down a lot when you want to go and be at the pace of everybody else, enjoy things everyone else is enjoying, and you can't. And if that's anybody would just like, be frustrated or upset about that. But then you have, a pill or something that's, adding something to that we don't know the chemical imbalance is causing us, mentally to have these disturbances or feel even more depressed or whatever.
Yeah.
It just exacerbates what's already going on.
Well, yeah, because aren't you treating something physical, not mental? But when you take these pills, it causes mental problems, which you don't need.
Right.
Like, it doesn't make any sense because you're treating something physical. So it's like, but you're treating an issue, the issue gets better, but it causes another issue. Then you need pills for that issue, and then it creates another issue. Like it's just hard to find like the right medication. Because I struggle with that too. Because like I have to treat I have to treat something, right? And then when I treat that thing, I get another issue, and then I need a pill to treat that issue that's causing the issue that's trying to solve my other thing. Like it's hard. That's why I have to take like 6 pills per day. I have anxiety, OCD, and then it's like it's hard. How long did it take you to like find the right medication? Like how many years? Like how much switching did you do?
I still don't have the right medication.
Oh, you don't? Well,
No.
you seem happy now though, compared to like what you were describing.
Yeah, I mean, I find my balance. For me, I feel like I lean a lot toward natural and alternative methods. I've been researching for myself for years a lot of different natural methods toward some of the symptoms, especially when it comes to digestion, and those help your mental health as well, like eating whole foods, whole fruits, a lot of
Yeah.
vegetables, having a lot of fluid moving throughout your body to help
Drinking a
keep the
lot of
mucus
water.
from building up, right? Helps your mental health because things stay fluid mentally as well. Having the, I guess, just in my mind to know that the type of life you kind of see is not the type of life you can have, and how to cope with that and manage that. That takes a lot of meditating, doing a lot of yoga and exercising as well. For me, it's martial arts more than yoga, but I do it to stretch after doing all that stuff. But that all helps my mental health and in dealing with some of the issues, because some of it is you have to be very physically active, especially when
I
I was young.
know.
It gets a
Yeah.
hell of a lot harder when you get older to keep up that same pace and to stay that active, even just like going for long walks. It's like I'm just tired a lot
I
because
know
of
because you have to work, right?
yeah.
You have a
You still have a
job.
regular life.
Like, how do you balance having? Do you have children? Do you only have one kid?
Yes.
So how do you balance like dealing with? I'm pretty sure your daughter's great, but how old is she?
7.
Oh, so how do you deal with like having kids and like managing your one kid? How do you like? I'm curious because I might want to have my own kid one day. Right now, I'm leaning towards no, but like maybe that might change. Because like how do you manage like your own self and your kid at the same time? Because I'm still trying to deal with like managing my own issues, which is why I'm nervous to have a kid, because it's like you got to deal with their issues too. So like how do you do that?
So initially, my pregnancy actually did make things turn down a lot faster than if I didn't have a kid, to be honest. So it in infancy, it was difficult because I was still kind of recovering from being pregnant with CF and all the things that came with that. Um, when my daughter got to a point, the normal learning to walk, eating on your own, sitting up, stuff like that. I was very diligent along with my mom because she really had me doing a lot of things early in my life, being potty trained and stuff like that. So you have to be kind of on top of those things, and be mindful that these things do take time and you have to be patient, but you also have to be on top of it because some people aren't. They don't mind, things to take a little longer. But because I need my child to have this sense of being independent and being able to know that they're all right when I need to take care of myself.
Right. They have to take care of you when you get older. 'Cause
I
you need
hope
them to
not.
be. Yeah. No, I know. I'm just saying. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you
so
have
I
to be
try
ready for that.
to, right, and I really want my child to be independent, not just for me, but to know that if I'm sick, that they'll be all right if
Right.
I'm
And they'll
not
be
around.
able to take care of you.
Right, and it's a matter of helping them grow and learn as well. Because like early on, I taught my daughter maybe too much, but as much as I can, I keep her with me. So if I'm cooking, she's learning how to cook. She's not in the pan, but she's measuring, she's pouring, she's
Wait,
stirring.
really? At 7? That's wow.
Oh, this is way before she was 7. Like at
Oh, like
7,
2?
we just made pancakes this morning. Like her and her young friend. Like even if I have like other children in my presence, I try to teach them everything I know. I have her sewing. I have her writing. She's done read alouds on YouTube as well.
Read
I
alouds?
try
That's
to
so cute.
I try to keep her in the know of like business too. We talk savings, we talk balancing checkbook,
Wow.
all that stuff. It's when they're young in that first up until about 7. I mean, of course, even longer when they're young. But when they're young, it's like they're a sponge. They want these things. They don't want to just like kind of sit and be bored. It's not like when I was a kid, it's like just go outside, get a rock or something.
It's
It's a
me.
little
Yeah,
different
those me too.
nowadays. Yeah, so I'm like trying to put a lot in, especially now that they're at the age where they're online. There's so many things online that are inappropriate. I want to make sure that there's an understanding of the right and the wrong, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. And the only way you could do that is to teach them, firsthand, and guide them from very early. And with a lot, but mindfully.
Yeah.
And it's very doable. I don't think it's overwhelming. I know a lot of people with CF don't want to have kids because of health issues. Not so much the issues of like growing a child and nurturing them. It's definitely health issues because kids come with you got to know kids are a bag of germs.
Yeah,
They
that's
pick
no.
up a lot of germs. They get sick a lot too, and so you are going to get sick a lot too.
Oh, the
And it's
mother is? Yeah.
yeah, everyone who's around the kid because they talk secrets into each other's faces. They eat off the floor, and you gotta
Yeah.
know that
Well,
comes
I
with the
was
territory.
wondering, I thought to myself, I was just like, why did I get sick when I was like, I stopped getting sick really fast at like 11. And I'm like, why is that? Like, why do I have like a better immune system now? Or is it just like I'm just sanitary now? Like,
And you
I guess
totally
that's what it
picked up
is.
everything, and your body's like, okay, we got all the immunities. We're good.
Yeah, because I've gotten sick so many times that I just feel like whenever a toxin gets in my body, my body is just like, oh, here we go again. Like they've been through this already. They're like, I don't want to get like they're just like, oh, it's the same old shit again. So it's like that's why I barely get sick now because it's like my body knows how to fight it off because I actually thank the kids in my class for getting me sick over and over and over because now I never get sick because they're the ones building my immune system up. So it's kind of funny.
It's very true. It's very true. I wish that worked for us. It's not the same for us because of the whole mucus situation, but
Yeah,
yeah.
so I don't know if this is like an odd question, but if you get sick, does it feel worse than if like we got sick? Like having CF, does getting sick feel worse like when you have a cold or is it just a normal cold? Like I'm curious.
Well, it depends. It's not. I feel like for me, it's a normal cold. The issue is the fact that it's a normal cold often.
Oh,
Because
you get sick
yeah,
often?
yeah, because little things can, make an exacerbation. Because with everyone else, not everyone, but with most people, something comes in, it goes back out. For us, sometimes it doesn't come back out. It
For people with
stays
CF?
inside and just makes hell for us.
Oh, so it doesn't feel any different. It just you get sick more often like than we would
Yeah,
because of that. Yeah. Okay.
and yeah, like some things that affect me wouldn't bother anyone.
Right, right.
Some people have like allergies to dust. But for me, it's like, yes, the allergy, but it's also like, I'm going to get sick from being in this dusty room for too long.
Yeah. Cause it what yeah, I get it. Anthony, we can't hear. I can hear him like just slightly.
Yeah, I hear something.
I hear like yeah, it sounds like he's like whispering in the back of my ear or something, but he's not like
Oh, I didn't have my headphones on.
yeah, those headphones aren't really reliable.
The
You should get
heck
new ones.
saga.
No, they were fine. I wasn't wearing them. That's why you.
Oh,
That's
there
why
we
I said.
go. I
Yeah.
guess just yell. You have to yell because you sound.
Also, I'm eating right now, so that's why.
Oh,
It's not
I've
it's
been
time.
asking all the questions. Help,
Yeah, but that's why I have you as a co-host.
because I'm apparently good at questions. Yeah.
So he
Yeah,
can chill and snack.
yeah, yeah. I was gonna say like when it comes to the whole getting sick thing, like, it kind of depends on the person too. Like, because everyone's CF is different. Like some people's there's some people that have more severe cases. I will say though, like whenever I got a cold, it was more of like the equivalent of me like getting a flu,
Mm.
and it would usually end up with me going to the hospital at some point.
Oh God. Yeah, that's why I asked her. I was like, "Does it feel worse like having?" Because you already have something, so it's like when you have another something, does it? Yeah,
Because
it
Yeah.
just
once
depends
you
on
have
the
to get
person.
a power plug.
Huh? Oh, okay. Now I get a little bit of a break.
Yeah. Well, kind of, because
Well, do I get to interview you now? Because there's no one else to interview.
I don't think that's how that works. But
Oh,
I guess.
how does your hat feel? Comfortable?
Yeah, it actually does. I got this at the same store I got the other hats. I showed you all my
Yeah,
other hats, right?
yeah, you did. You had a whole backpack of them.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure like next time to be able to actually see them and next time I'd be wearing any of those hats. So I was like, let me just bring the rest of them and just show
What you wear on a daily basis.
well what I would be wearing at some point.
Yeah.
My hat modeling show basically.
You should get a net to like make hats for you, like custom ones, so you don't have to like buy them.
I could
That'd
do
be
that.
cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I might do that. Maybe. What's that?
I just can't stand the chewing noises. I know it's not your fault.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to eat this as fast as I can. It's not working too well.
I just don't like the noises. Should I take off my headphones? It's like making me angry. I want to like punch my camera.
This is why I have myself like on mute because I gotta like finish
Yeah,
eating and
thank you
stuff.
for you were actually doing me a favor. No, I love you. It's with anybody. It's just a sensory thing. I don't know what it is.
It's
Like
the
certain
smacking noises, the smacking
Yeah, lip
voices.
smacking in general, I just can't stand. Like I could do like crunching like the chips, but not like if it has it's like that.
Well, I'm
My
eating like
husband's
real.
like that, and I honestly like do it in his ear sometimes. Like,
Yeah, but especially if it's on purpose, it's even worse. Cuz like I know you're just deliberately trying to irritate me. And I'm like that person's evil.
I mean, like I mean, it's always fun to irritate people sometimes.
it is.
I know, but do you ever consider the other person's feelings? How much in pain they are?
Yeah, that's why you do it.
I thought you were a good person.
Hey, everybody has a dark side to them.
Oh my god.
I mean, like the whole point of life is trying to balance like the whole yin and yang thing. So balancing the light and the
I guess
darkness.
without light there's no darkness. So thank you.
Yes.
Look at the bright side.
Yes, just like you have order and chaos.
Yeah,
Have chaos.
you're definitely the chaos side,
Yes.
and I'm friends with you to try to reduce that.
Yeah. But I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, hey, let me stir something up for a second.
Because nothing's happening. Life is too boring. Let's make it a little more chaotic.
Yeah, that's why I wanted.
Because I'm
Yeah, that's
fucking bored.
yeah, that's why I wanted to start up that whole
Yeah, the
Yeah.
white boys a swag thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Was that? Can I say that on stream?
yeah, you can say that on stream.
You already
It's not
said
a bad word.
I mean, I already told you I had them on my other podcast.
Okay, well, if they were a freaking guest, then it's okay to say this. I love your cat. Oh.
Thank you. Say hi, Scarlett.
So yeah, so I have a question about animals. So does that cat like help you with your anxiety? Because I heard that like cats are my favorite animal, and I really want to get one. I want to get two cats when I move into my own apartment because I have anxiety, and I heard that like cats reduce anxiety when you hug them. So do you feel like your heart rate goes down when you're like petting your cat, or do you feel like your anxiety goes down? Because cats are
I
relaxing.
feel like yes, with any animal, cats are divas. I've had a couple of cats in my life. I'm actually learning more and more about cat language, which is not much language at all. It's a lot of eyes, body movements, um, soft vibrations, and it says a lot. And I didn't know like cats are very vocal. You just have to know how to listen.
Yeah.
And doing that, yes, blood pressure lowers because it's like, what are you trying to tell me? It's not like a dog, you know exactly what's going on.
Yeah. I think it's better not to understand what they're thinking than to understand what they're thinking.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, because you might go nuts. That it's a loud conversation if you listen hard enough, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is too much work.
Would it be weird if I went to get my laundry because now I have to transfer it from the
No, I
washer to the
remember, and
dryer?
you were talking about this laundry all afternoon.
Yeah,
Go
because
get your laundry, girl.
I'm in college and I have to do my own laundry. It's great.
I'm actually doing
Oh, do
laundry
you
too,
mind
to
an
be
awkward
honest.
silence? Huh?
Don't mind the
I said,
opportunity.
I'm actually doing laundry too.
Yeah. Well, my laundry mat is not here. I have to go all the way downstairs. So do you mind if Anthony, you take over for a minute?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. And to make it less awkward, I'll do this. So you don't just see, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What are you eating, Anthony? What kind of chips are you eating?
I'm eating grilled cheese.
Oh, the grilled cheese.
Yeah, let's just say I have a very busy day.
What you washing that down with today?
Whoop. Water.
I'm checking you. Checking you.
Yeah, so
Cheese is not my
because
friend.
I mean it probably shouldn't be my friend either, but I'm we're a little too deep into this relationship to depart.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Did you want to get more into like I don't know the rest of your TF stuff, or are you pretty much done with that?
Sure. If you guys wanna talk about, I mean, it's other than what's already going on, like I said, I'm learning so much more and working with the foundation, even about resources for myself when it comes to just even daily treatment. There were so many things prior to the pandemic I didn't even know we had available to us, as far as just nutrition, other types of, I guess, copay assistance, nutritional assistance outside of what we already have with the supplements. Oh, I can talk about supplements because I was talking with another group about some of these nasty things they recommend. Maybe they're
Like,
not nasty to everyone, but some of those bars and powders.
oh, I don't take any of that stuff.
Yeah, I try to try everything at least once. And my nutritionist is awesome. She's always trying to pump me up, and I love her so much. Thank you, Kim. Um, and she's knows when I give the face, it's not working. It's not working. It's not gonna work. But a lot of it's like heavy on the protein, heavy on the calories. You've never tried any of them?
I've had the shakes. That's usually what I take. I'm not really big in like bars and stuff like that in general. So
I do like the shakes. I'm the only issues I've had is the milk based ones because I don't drink or I'm not gonna say eat dairy because I do have some macaroni and cheese once in a blue, but I try not to drink milk because it just makes me even more congested.
I love the
I
milk
do.
stuff.
You love what?
I love the milk stuff though.
I can't front. It's delicious. It is so bad for me. I miss the Suster Cow. I think they have it in Skinny Shake now. The Carnation.
Yeah, it's the
I've
carnation.
tried. Yeah. Oh my
Crack
god.
shakes.
Fat
Crack
memories.
crack shake.
That is a crack shake. I remember once I was in the hospital and they give you 2 meals and then they give you those with each meal. And it was like I was so fat at one point. I know it's hard to believe. I was like in the bed, like rolling out of the bed. When I left the hospital, I couldn't fit most of my clothes. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I don't know how to deal with this. And I couldn't stop those carnation shakes though.
I think
I
that's
was
like I think that was like probably like the only one that I was really drinking like out of pleasure, and maybe inshore, but like that one was like that was it.
yeah, you know what? You're right. There's very few out of pleasure. Nutriment chocolate was my only pleasure back in the day. Um, and though the non-dairy versions of those, oh, I mean, I've tried it, but it don't give me pleasure.
No, I can't do no
Those
like
you just
I've had glucose control boost once, and it was absolutely disgusting.
I've
Absolutely,
you know they have that. I've
yeah,
tried glucerna. Glucerna.
yeah, but you have regular boost, and then you have glucose control boost. I do not recommend it. It is absolutely disgusting. Give me all the give me all the glucose
Give me all the glue. Yes, those glucose free stuff. It's like I'll try the
for the
what is
birds.
it? Almond milk, oat milk, rice milk, pea milk versions of stuff. But don't touch the sugar.
No,
It's hard enough dealing with the non milk versions. It's very few that I actually like. The one I'm having now a lot is Neutro. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I can't remember the name of it right now.
nutrition.
I
What's like
no, I have
nutrition?
I have Nutrish, which is not good either. The little powder things you put in the shake. What I end up doing, I make my own chocolate milk. So I like add it to my homemade chocolate milk with cocoa powder and vanilla and stuff. So the Nutrish will give me the sugar and the added boost of the protein and the calories. But by itself, it's gross. And if you don't put it in a high blender, you're gonna end up with chocolate chunks, the
It's funny. I
little
just drink.
powdery chunks
It's funny. I usually just drink vanilla because that's actually my favorite flavor. I'm not
of the
really like
liquid.
in general.
Okay.
I'm not really like a chocolate person because chocolate actually makes me gag. I know that's
Actually, no, it makes sense because I'm like that way with chocolate cake. I don't really care for cake, but I can do drinks.
I can't do any chocolate. Like it's
I
it
don't like
is it.
cookies.
But yeah, that breakfast carnation thing. Like my sister and I, we got addicted to it so badly. Like I remember one time she was saying she was getting the shakes because of it. I don't know if she ever told you that. Like we was
I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
like I said, I think that they had crack in it because it was like you drink one and you need like 10 more of them.
It's true because I used to take them on vacation wherever I went. Um, Once in a while, someone who might have been visiting wherever I'm staying take one because they didn't know it was like mine, and then they would start disappearing.
No, it's just something in there. It's just like I need more. I was like,
Yeah,
it's like drugs in there.
and then they're
I need,
so small.
yes,
It's a snap.
that's how they get you. Go through the whole thing in one night. I used to drink like 6 of them a day.
Oh my god.
Like I remember one time my sister was taking the trash out. It was just full of cans.
Oh man, that now I'm like, oh, could you get your 1 cent back? Your 5 cents back?
No, I was like, I need more. And it felt like it took forever for more to come, but
To
it was
come,
monthly.
yes.
It was monthly, but we go through them in a week.
Wow. I mean, well, it's two. You two are getting 1 month supply, or is 1 month supply each?
It ranged because there's always been like issues with that. So sometimes I'm the only one that's getting it, and then other times it might be her that's the only one that's getting it. It was or more like a rarity when we were both getting it at the same time. So when that did happen, we did try to cherish it. I don't know if it was better for us to get them like me get one like and then her to get one, but it depends if it was like in the same month. But if it was like every other month, like I get one, this month, and then she'd get one next one. That was difficult because then we had to split
Yeah.
what
They
te-
used
like what like what 6 or 10 shakes we're gonna have today.
Gosh, I could see you both like seeing like the last can.
we I don't remember if we ever did like rock paper scissors for the last one, but we did do something like, all right, we might have to split one once. We was like down the last can. It's like, all right, who needs it more? Like, I don't know. It was weird. And then when they stopped like sending it to us, I was just like, what? What do you mean they don't have any more? And there was like this period of time when they just didn't have it, and now that they kind of have it again, it seems like they changed the formula because it's not as addictive anymore.
Yeah, it's not the same.
I miss the crack in it.
It tastes a
It's missing
little
it.
powdery. No, it's like
It still
something
tastes.
about it.
I still think it tastes good. It's just that
Why are we talking about crack?
he's talking about shakes.
Crazy.
Oh,
Yeah, bro. I was saying like I think it's like it still tastes good, but it's just missing that that addictive element. I know it's bad because at least we'll be able to like save more of it, but it's not. But again, it's that satisfying taste. It's gone.
They probably took the gluten out or something. Try to make it
I,
a little healthier. Now it's like, it's still okay, but
gluten-free shakes. Ew.
like I said, I need my crack in my shakes.
You want to get high off of a shake? What is that on
no,
your bucket list?
well,
no,
those
I'm
shakes
saying
get you high.
yeah, no, I'm saying these shakes that we was talking about. They're called breakfast carnation drinks, whatever. It's like one of those supplement drinks. We say it's very addictive. Like once you drink one, you need to drink like 10 more of them to
Oh, okay.
satisfy it. That's why I was saying it's like crack. It's like a
Oh,
drug.
it's like crack. I think you said that you put crack in your shake one time. I'm like, that doesn't sound like something you do. Sounds a little out of character.
Hey, that addiction though. I mean, I think I finally understand now. Like that, trying to chase that high.
Hmm.
Is that the catchphrase?
When you drinking those shakes, yeah, you're chasing the high. The way they used to make them, it's like you drink one and you don't want to get another one sometimes. But
But
then you're just like,
you gotta
especially if you have a
satisfy.
straw, you're trying to make it go slow so you can
Yeah,
like make it last.
yeah,
I
that's
like
what I do.
to I like to slurp out loud and go like.
I mean, it's not like that. Like,
Well, they do that on commercials. They exaggerate it just to be like.
No, toward the end of that can, I
it's
am
not
like
that.
turning it,
I mean, it's
trying
not
to
that
get it
thick.
all out.
It's not thick like that. And honestly, I don't like when the what you call it when the supplement drinks are like that thick. Because I forgot exactly what it's called. It was like nutritious something on something whatever. But I remember like depending on what version you got, like if you got the canned versions, it was very thick and you need to like put like actual like milk whatever to kind of like loosen it. That was annoying. But if you got like the can the bottle versions, you can drink those. It's the same case like it's the same thing with like Inshore. I prefer the bottle versions as
Right,
opposed to the
ensure,
canned
yeah.
versions because I don't know. I think there's a slightly different taste. Like
Ew, there's canned versions? That sounds gross.
yeah, that's canned versions and they're not as good. The Inshore versions at least feel somewhat. It feels the most adjacent you're gonna get to those like carnation drinks, the
Yeah.
OG ones, where you got that kind of have that slightly addictive taste where you kind of need more. But what I've noticed is that unless you go out and buy them, like if you get them to send those to you, the chances you getting the bottle versions is pretty small. You're gonna get the can versions most likely. Of like usually, if you get, you would probably have to go in the hospital to get those versions. And I would say that was probably the highlight of me going to the hospital. It was like, all right, at least I know I'm gonna get some good shakes.
Man, my
I think that's
hospital
like the
food
only
was the
benefit.
bomb.
Huh? No, what'd you say?
Jordan or me?
Oh,
No,
yeah. Who?
Antoinette.
Who?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I said my hospital food was the bomb.
Yeah.
I love the hospital food.
No, I said that that's the only. I feel like that's the only benefit of going to the hospital.
Yeah.
Like, I can't think of anything else. The comfy bed.
Uh,
The comfy bed. Ugh.
yeah, you basically at a hotel. It's like a maid. I mean, being a mommy, working, all of that. Hospital's like vacation now.
Yeah.
You want to go?
Well,
but
I
it's
feel like anywhere out of your house that's not your house is vacation.
I'll be right back.
yeah, most of the time,
Like,
especially
like
now.
going to
being-
work. Going to work is vacation too, because it's like you're not. Yeah.
Yeah, someone else is cooking, someone else is cleaning. I'm just
Right.
laying in bed and flicking the channels most of the time.
Like, that's so hard work. Clicking a fucking button is so hard.
That
'Cause
I could use the break sometimes.
there's so many buttons. There's the 1 button, there's the 2 button, there's the 3 button, and sometimes you gotta press 2 buttons. You gotta press 1 1, 2, 1 3. There's so many buttons, and they have so many meanings. There's the off button, there's the on button. It's like so confusing.
Don't forget the up and down arrows on the bed.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
That will help you. I don't know. I'm tired, man.
Get up and stuff more food in my face and then lay back down.
Yeah. It sounds like the life, though.
For a short time.
And then it's
'Cause
like,
you
go
don't
back
get
to reality.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of sleep in hospitals because they're constantly coming in and checking stuff for no reason.
Yeah.
How many
Like
drugs do you need to take?
Like, every time they hear like a peep of your voice, they're like, "Are you okay?" Like, or they hear one sound, they're like, "Are you okay?" Like, they come in.
It's like they like to do that though in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Like,
It's-
there's nothing happening.
Yeah, there's nothing happening, but it's like that's when they want to do their rounds of checking vitals a lot of times.
Yeah. Where
Like,
did Anthony go?
I'm like, I'm supposed to be restoring and healing. I can't do that if I don't get sleep.
Well, you can also just stay up and drink a bunch of energy drinks.
You can. You can.
That's not a good option, but it's an option.
No. you can change your sleep. You could be a nocturnal. That could work. Sleep in the day.
Yeah.
The time that you're there.
Well, that's how you deal with like going to other countries. You kind of have to do that because you notice it's like, you notice it's like lighter in the hours where we're asleep, and it's like, wait, am I in another country? Like, you're gonna have to adjust.
Have you been to any other countries?
Italy.
How did you like it?
Well, I was 18, so I didn't take it as seriously as I would now. Like, it was okay. I'm not a big traveler in general, so I just felt like it looked the same as New York, just like different.
Oh wow.
Just the text looked different. But I liked Venice. That was the only one that looked different because we don't got gondolas. We don't have gondolas in New York, so we just call them canoes. Like, that's just canoeing, or like canoeing. It's canoeing. Yeah, it's canoeing pretty much. But except there's no singer. There's no singer standing at the top of it and going la 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 la.
Did you do it?
Yeah, we did. I went on a gondola ride. I wish they could do that for stuff here, like a musical canoe or something, or people stand on that. That'd be cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it like everything you see on TV? Because I'm like imagining.
And like the guy wearing the striped shirt and like the hat. It has to be a red striped shirt because that's what they wear.
They really still do that? Wow.
Yeah. What is that, like an old
This
tradition
is like
or
something
something?
you see like on old movies and stuff. I figure.
Yeah, no, they
2020.
really do that. They really do that.
Wow. That sounds so dreamy.
It is.
How was the people?
I don't know. I didn't understand any of them.
Oh, you didn't learn any of the language before you went? Or just
I did, but then I forgot everything, so I didn't know shit.
I understand. I tried to rush learn German to visit my friend in Germany. Thank goodness there was people who spoke English around.
Yeah, I need a translator to translate everything. Or
Yeah.
or Google Translate. Anthony, did you say my name? I heard something.
I didn't hear him.
The voices in my head, apparently. Sometimes I feel like in my head there's another person talking to me. Like my thoughts talk to me as like I'm another person.
So it's speaking in third person?
No, yeah. No, not really. It just I don't know. I don't know. My
But what
head's
are the-
weird. Like, no, I feel like my OCD is another person when I worry about stuff. Because when I have an OCD, I'm sorry, I'm kind of talking about myself now, but we're kind of getting to
Go,
know.
girl.
It's like the end of
Yes.
yeah.
Go, girl.
I bet there's nobody watching right now anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's like been an hour. But like when I have an OCD thought, it's do you know what magical thinking is? Magical
Mm-mm.
thinking OCD. It's like when you go like, "Oh, if I do this action, something bad will happen to me." Like that's magical thinking. Like they don't have anything to do with each other. So it's like, "Oh, if I say a word 3 times, if I say this certain word 3 times, I'm going to die tomorrow." Like something like that. So I have these thoughts like every 2 minutes. Like it's really hard to deal with. And like and it feels like another person because it's like when I say this out loud, it's like it makes no sense. It feels like a crazy person trying to like control my mind. It's really creepy. It is me, but it's not me at the same time because it's crazy. It's like a brain thing. Does that make any sense? Like
It does make sense.
yeah, because my brain makes me do weird things just so I can get over a fear of mine. That's what it is.
I tell my therapist I feel like I live 3 lives sometimes. Or I'm like in between 3 different things at any given point. So I definitely understand.
Yeah. What do you mean? Like you had 2 past lives? Like
No, sometimes I feel like there is you in the present. I think a lot about the future, and I think a lot about the past at the
and
same
not
time.
here.
Sometimes. Right.
That's weird.
So it's like sometimes I'm all 3 and trying to get it in, like focus on the present. I don't think that's like weird or unnatural because I feel like everybody does it. That's how we do things. Like we gotta think about the past and we gotta think about where we're going, what we're doing. But so it gets out of control sometimes when it makes you have anxiety and worry.
Well, yeah, but how do you think of both at the same time? Like I can't how do you think of a thought like at the same time as another one? Like that's am I taking it too literally?
No.
Like how do you think of the past and future at the same time? They're like 2 different things. I'm just trying to understand the logic behind it. Like the only thing that I think about is the future. Like I have no idea what the fuck I'm gonna do in the future. So I'm like always scared about what if. So like what if this happens? What if that happens? Because like in this universe, there's many different paths you can take. You can take this path, you can take this path, you can take that path down there. So there's many different options, and it's like there's no set thing that you can do. So it's like I'm always worrying about the future because the past already happened. Like I feel like I can't worry about the past anymore because it already happened. I can just move forward.
So it's not, well, for me anyway, it's not a worry about the past. But you take memories and experiences from the past to pick your path for the future. But you could be in the present not thinking about that at all.
That's
but
what
it's
you should
like
do, though.
already playing. Right. It's very hard to stay present sometimes.
So you think about yourself in like a different point in the past and use that past part of you to make a decision in the future? I'm like trying to
Yes.
understand.
While I'm in the present. And
So
it
you're
could
like
be simple things like
that's so weird. I don't
cooking, like what I'm gonna cook for dinner. I have to think about stuff in the past that maybe I didn't like, or I tried this and it didn't work, so I'm gonna try something else. And the meat, but at this whole time, I'm already taking out the meat and cleaning it, and it's like I'm functioning.
Oh, I get it.
Thinking about something else based on past stuff.
So it's kind of like I'm trying to use an analogy. So it's kind of like I'm doing a book report right now in the present, and I'm taking things from past articles from like they were made at another point in time, like in the 1800s. I know that's like even more in the past than what yours is, but I'm taking things from the past and implementing them into the future.
Yeah, but you're thinking about the future after you've written that paper, or maybe like tomorrow and it's being graded and how it's going to be graded. If I think about
the future,
1958 versus 57, I'll get a better grade while I'm writing this. Or should I do this instead because this is more relevant? It starts to become a lot because you're juggling so many different thoughts to write this paper because you're thinking about the result of the paper.
So you're deciding like, oh, I should do it on this time period or that time period. Like, what will my grade be if I do this time period that I've done in the past? I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. This is very confusing.
It gets like that. It gets like that for me. And my therapist is like, it just sounds like, anxiety because you're not able to focus, and being present is not easy when, we have so much coming at us at any given point. Because I could be doing that. Like I said, like I'm in the mode of cooking, but I'm thinking about this and I'm thinking about how I want it to turn out. When as a human, an average human, you can't control the future. You can control what you do in the present and hope it comes out to what you want it to be.
Scary though.
Right. And then in the meantime, like my child could come running in and like kick a ball across the kitchen, knock everything on fire. Like it's like possibilities are endless.
Okay. I doubt kicking a soccer ball into something is going to cause a fire, but I get it.
So I can give you a scenario because I like making up stories too on the spot.
Maybe I'm giving you an idea for a story. You should write this down.
Because this has happened to me before too. Like I'm searing something in the pan, so there's a little bit of oil. The pan gets flipped over and oil spills on the side of the pan. The oil catches on fire, goes into the pan, makes a bigger fire. The range
this happened to you?
Something similar to that happened to me before I knew the logistics of how grease catches fire. What happened to me personally, it was with a pot. Something similar. It like whatever happened, I tipped it, oil came out, then it caught on fire. But I did not know that you don't throw water on hot grease. So when it splashed up, it was just like a bunch of little fireballs splashed up because that's not going to put it out. You have to like remove the heat source or put like powder, or if you had like a fire extinguisher or something, you had like the foam, something like that, or just a huge amount of water. But I just kind of like splashed a cup and it just made the fire just jump up.
Wow, that's interesting.
That could have went crazy, but there was nothing around flammable.
Yeah, no. How does water like make fires bigger? It should reduce.
No, it pushed the oil because oil and water separates. I'm sure there's more science to it than that, but it's not.
All right.
It would take a lot of water to go on top of the fire to
extinguish
the fire. Yeah.
I think the oil is more dense, right?
Oil is lighter.
Oh, less dense or something. Yeah. Something's more dense than the other, and that's why it like pushed it.
Right. It just kind of sat on top of the water. It doesn't. Yeah, it's not going to absorb it and dissolve it. Okay. And it depends on like how much. Like in what happened with me, I was deep frying, so it was a lot of oil.
So in the future, should I just not cook with oil because I'm too scared to like use oil in anything now.
You can definitely use oil. Oil bending. That's funny. Oh my God, that's not talking about bending because I'm thinking out Avatar now.
Yeah, now I'm thinking of Avatar. I was gonna say that. You stole my word. Wait, how did he comment that? How did he comment that?
He put it in he put it in the chat. Private
yeah, how do you do that? I'm trying to figure out how to do that.
Is it on 2 devices?
Here's the thing, like all you gotta do is type in the chat and
it's YouTube.
Yeah, no, you type in. There's a chat on here. Do you see it?
No, I don't. I see the chat, but I can't comment on it. I think it's connected to your YouTube.
Let's see. Nope, it didn't work. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the private chat. Yeah. I didn't really put much thought into that comment.
Yeah, you did. You did. It was perfect. How did you do that?
I bet you couldn't do that.
Nope.
Way out of your league. DJ Mega Aim. Oh, apparently you're a search result, Anthony. Your name is like on the search results. Without even me typing the whole name. He's like on the internet. He's famous.
You have beat the algorithm.
All I typed in was D and DJ Mega Aim came up. That's scary. Wait.
You typed it a lot?
Okay, I want to try something. I know that's narcissistic, but that's me. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that, self. That's me. That's my account. Yeah, oil bending's better.
Oil bending.
How do you get oil to shoot out of your hands? I guess if you're an oily person, like your skin's oily, you could somehow like connect a tube to your body and get like the oil from your face. I don't know.
I'm thinking of eating a lot of cheese
Or just sweating a lot, or like, or sweat bending.
Ew. That's
like
still water bending. That's still water bending.
Yeah, that's still water bending. But it's salt water bending. Because I don't get grossed out, but I accidentally tasted my own sweat and it has salt in it.
Yeah.
It was by accident.
That on purpose.
Because it like, yeah.
I mean, for us, it's how we know how dehydrated we are.
Right.
The more salt we are, yeah.
Because when you eat salt, just like I know people don't just like eat salt out of the container, but if something has other people other than you don't usually do that. But when people eat like pretzels or like chips or something and they don't have water, like you're done. Like you're done for.
Yeah.
Like it just drains all your saliva and then like you just can't swallow.
Desert Isle.
That's a struggle.
Like having a peanut butter sandwich and nothing to drink.
Yeah, nothing to drink. Like at least you have something to eat, but then you're like, yeah.
That's like the perfect I guess thing to give to an enemy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nice. Hey, have a sandwich and then walk away.
Yeah. What about the water? Oh, go find it yourself. Bye. Go lick a rock. No, there's a show called Sam and Cat. Have you heard of that? That's where I learned that from. I didn't know that if you lick the back of a rock, it's like drinking water. Like, what the
Is that for real?
That's what, like, so there was a segment where, like, there's this dude, like, is friends with Sam, and he kept going, like, I'm thirsty, I'm thirsty, I'm thirsting. And for the whole entire show, the grandma was just like, go lick a rock, go lick a rock. And he's like, but what? And then at the end of the episode, he's just like okay.
I'm sure it's quite salty and it might have made some saliva generate.
I didn't, because the stone is dry as fuck unless you wet it with water. Like it doesn't have any. What? Or eat a watermelon or something because it has water.
There's so many options, so many fruits and vegetables you can just get enough water from at least.
I don't know what was going through Dan Schneider's mind. That's the creator of the show. I'm just like, where the fuck did he get that from?
Like a rock. I could see some like older person saying that, like just those things they used to say that we have no idea what they mean.
Yeah, like the wise people, but it's like a riddle. It's like a rock. It's like a riddle. Anyway, I have to go. I'm sorry. I have to go eat dinner. So bye, Anthony.
Bye, Jordan.
I'm trying to wait for him to say bye. Yeah, you too. You're very fun. I want to get a buy from. I don't want to get. I want to get a buy from Anthony. I'm not leaving until I get a buy. All right, just tell him I said bye. I have to go.
Okay.
Bye.
Girls group. We got to collab with some lyrics.
The white girls of aggression. Remember that.
Yes.
All right. Bye, peoples.
Bye.
Bye.
Anthony, I hope you're still there. I'm gonna wait a few minutes, but I don't want your live running without your host. Well, in the meantime, maybe I'll read you guys a poem from my book. Let's see. Okay. This one is called Mute Symbols. It's in my book, Soulful Journey. Every picture has its story to tell, some long and some short. Words have stories too, revealing oneself and leaving them at the mercy of those who wish to explore a being through their words. This, I feel, is extraordinary. All your dreams, past, present, future, and reality, can be said in so many ways that it is silent. Anthony, I'm going to try you on the IG chat. Okay. Until he comes back, I will show you guys my SPDR. What's left of him anyway before I rebuild him. Hold on. It's pretty big. So this is going to be retrofitted on top of a carriage. And it's going to have a clear dome. This time I'm just going to let my daughter ride in it. But yeah, if you go on my IG, which you can find through roraglobal.com, you'll see the fall one I had a few summers ago. That was done with Latin Nerds cosplay. Looking forward to rebuilding this guy and having some fun with him and cosplaying some more from the Spider-Verse. So, don't know where Anthony went off to, but I am going to sign out. Hopefully he'll be back in soon. But if not, it was wonderful talking with everyone. Nice getting to know Jordan a bit more and talking about anime and things with Anthony prior to this live. Looking forward to hopping on again with everyone in the future.
And that is all we have for today. I hope everyone enjoyed the show. First, we're going to look at the last few, which is Hello Buddies by Baby Queen and Cool Book by Baby Queen. And I believe that's it. We also have Hi Jordan, I'm Your Biggest Fan by Miss Music Forever. But anyway, that's it. I hope everyone enjoyed the show. I would like to thank Jordan for coming on, my co host, and especially Antoinette. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. Until next time. So tune in for another fantastic episode of the Chronically Chill Podcast. Thank you, everyone, and have a good day.